don't move.
All right. Put your hands out. Put your hands up. At this moment in time, you are under arrest for possessing a bladed article in a public place, okay? You do not have to say anything.
On my right hip, there's a sword.
There's a sword.
There's a sword. Get that up, mate.
Go.
Hand.
So I've got one with a weapon here.
Okay.
What are you doing? I think that's a great strap line. This is a young man that would not have had an argument with anybody, let alone a fight. A young man that was protecting a girl. He was asked for help. This girl was in floods of tears, and Charlie went over and asked Yura Veribris, my son's murderer, to leave the girl alone. Veribris had been asked to leave the party twice and wasn't even invited. And he laid into Charlie, pulled a knife out and stabbed him multiple times.
Right.
Nothing brings my little boy home. And the reality is, certainly for my family, and I can only speak for my family, there is no justice. We have a life sentence. We live with it forever. We talk about and refer to our old world versus our new world. And it's a dark place. It's not about the weapon. There is no place on our streets for these weapons of war, these ninja swords and zombie knives and such like, knives like this. There's no place for them. But the knife that killed Charlie was that size. So we need to understand the emotional drivers behind why people pick up knives. I've gone into prisons and spoken to some of our country's most hardened criminals, knife crime murderers, to understand why they carry. More often than not, I hear it's because they're scared or they're frightened. I don't buy that, by the way. I think there are a percentage of people that are really scared and frightened. But through education, I quash that myth. They're actually 65% more likely to be stabbed or to stab someone else. Most people that lose their life to knife crime are knife carriers, and more often than not with their own weapon.
Everyone was crying, it was really emotive, and everyone was like, it was a tough situation. I thought I was going to die, guys, I'd be real. I was like, what? That comes from my yard. Yeah, and then the thing is I've got friends. Speaking to younger and younger young people for early intervention, that's what's hard, because I can see that, the societal pressures, are causing young people to begin to think that is a viable option. Cultural conversations, whether you think about entertainment or whatever, there's so many different things that are causing young people to grow up and be like, you know what, actually, this is the route that I want to go. And so it means that someone like myself and loads of other organizations have to start earlier. So that's the hardest thing.
Yeah. Because
What about this one then? You hear a rumour that a friend of yours had a knife. What would you do? And why? What would we do in this situation? Yeah.
I would ask them what they're using it for.
My fears is we'd end up with children injured, children killed, who I've taught, that's one of my biggest dreads as a teacher, is that in years to come I hear a news article that one of them's been involved in some sort of knife crime or criminal activity. And I hope from this that in years to come they do, if they're in a tricky situation, think back to it and think, okay, who can I get help from? However hard that is.
We don't want to get caught with that knife and get arrested. What else could happen? Okay. So imagine you've got a group of friends. Imagine record for carrying a knife, even if you don't use it.
Before you carry on, I am